So you're ready to start selling with Squarespace. That's awesome. I really enjoy Squarespace's e-commerce facility because it's just as easy to maintain as the rest of your website. So by now you should be really familiar with navigating your website, and you want to start adding products to be able to sell. So this video will give you an overview of everything you need to know to set up like a successful e-commerce within your Squarespace website. This is video 8 out of 10 of our Squarespace Academy, and if you got until here, I'm really happy you did. Stay for more. You want to start selling on your Squarespace website, so you need to set up a shop first. And to do that, very much so like we would have done with our pages, we go to the main navigation and we click on the plus symbol. And then you will see here that there has a little store. If you have a website designed by us and you have said that you wanted an e-commerce facility within your Squarespace website, this will have been done for you. But if not, or if we have done a website for you and only now we want to go into the selling property of the website, this is how you do it. So you click on the store, and then it will prompt you here with a couple of options for your landing page of your shop. So I quite like this one here because it has a little space for a little blurb, and it's called Store 2. So I'm just gonna say store and enter. And then it has already here a couple of default products. But let's add one from the very scratch. So you can, very much like the posts, you go to the top and you will be clicking on the plus button. And then you will be prompted with a number of options because not all products are the same. So if you sell something physical, in other words, something tangible, this is what you're going to click. If you sell a service, this is what you're going to click. You can also sell consulting packages. It can be a downloadable file. It can be a gift card. It can be a group event or even custom merchandising. In this case, let's select a physical product, which will be, the majority of people will be using e-commerce to sell physical products. So let's select a physical product. And here you are now into making the ad for your product. So let's call your product phone, a mobile cover. And that is the title of your product. Now be mindful of SEO properties here, that actually matters. So for the sake of this video, I am just going to call it very plain and simply. But if it's a mobile cover for iPhone 16 Pro Max, perhaps use that keyword here to drive traffic to your website. But in my case will be a mobile cover, and the description also should have SEO words, like SEO to help, words to help with your SEO. So in this case here, I am just going to be adding mobile cover. And then you can add additional information, and that can be things like the color, the size, and all of that. Yeah, I am just going to leave that empty. And then the images, I am going to upload a file, and in this file I am going to select my image here of a mobile. And now my image is here. I suggest you add more images, so I am going to add another image. Let's pick another image here, perhaps something like this as well. The display is another mobile. And then you can go down, scroll down to your price. I am going to say that my cover is £30, and if it is on sale, I can set a sale price here. In this case, I will not set a sale price, just as a £30. They stock if you want to be limiting the number of items you sell. So for example, if you make something that is like a bespoke, and then they will only be available for a certain amount, so for example 10 or so, this is where you would edit here the number of items. If it is an unlimited stock, so if it is something that you can sell loads of, so say you printed loads of things and there's a stock there, you don't need to worry about the stock, you can set to unlimited. Otherwise you need to set your stock to 10. And then your SKU is your unique number for that item. Generally speaking, small makers don't have SKUs. Whenever you get bigger and you get into warehouses or multiple products, or say the stickers, and there's like hundreds of different types of stickers, SKUs become very relevant. And then the variant of that product, so it can be my mobile cover can be either transparent, or it can be black, or it can be pink, or this is where we would add the variants to that. And the variant can be color, so let's call it pink, and that is a variant. And we can add another option, and it can be another, say, the size, and the size will be iPhone 16. Yeah, and then you can keep adding more options here, like black and white, and that can be iPhone 16 Pro. Okay. And once you've done all of your options for your product, you can click save, and these have been added. If you have subscriptions, this is where you add the subscriptions, and then you have your fulfillment profiles. So you can set up your fulfillment profiles, which we will do in a second, and you can add weight and dimensions here. So that will matter if you say that, for example, if somebody buys one product and they're up to 30 grams, the shipping will be £5. If it's above 30 grams, so if they buy 2 products, the shipping will then be £10. So that helps you to calculate the shipping costs at the end. Okay. And organization, you can create a category. So like, for example, one of the categories I can create is iPhone 16 Pro, and I can create categories for iPhone SE, iPhone 13, iPhone, whatever types of iPhones or products I use. So if it is print, for example, it can be small, medium, and large, or it can be limited edition and open edition. It can be whatever category you want. And the tags are keywords that connect related products. Tags will not be shown in your store. So tags could be like limited edition print or square print. And then your selling tools, and you can add feature. You can make that product a feature product. So whenever somebody lands in your shop, they will see that product. And the related product could be, for example, a cover for your iPods. Not iPods, the earpods. So like that could be a related product that you can be towards the on that page. You can be promoting people to access that and upsell. So join 2 products together. And product reviews is like you can show customer reviews below that particular product. So the marketing and SEO, it's what I said to you earlier. You need to really pay attention to how you're going to be describing that item, so it generates relevant keywords for your SEO search. And your social accounts, you need to connect your accounts here, and that will pull information from your Instagram and so on. And then you can have custom forms. So for example, you can ask for people's date of birth, or you can ask for their favorite color. you can customize that, so you can generate like a particular type of mailing list in the future, or it can be a custom button if it's a card, for example, that you can engrave, or like an iPhone case that you can engrave. And all of those here are customizable. And then you are then into the checkout process, which is the checkout, the custom forms, and the custom button. All right, so we've covered you need to go over all of those items here, so they are all within the same page. These are the headers of the different sections of this page. So once you're happy with the product, if you're happy to publish, you can click and publish. If you're dropping something, so say you are making mugs and they are handmade and they are limited edition, and people are keenly, like really looking forward to that drop, you can schedule a drop. And if you want to go away, have a think about things, or continue editing at a later stage, you can click and save. In my case, I am just going to click and publish, and now my item is now available for sale. If I have an item that I no longer wish to have in my shop, I can click here and delete all of them. And these are examples preset by Squarespace, so you can see here that if we delete them, if you delete your products, that cannot be undone. So unlike the images and the text and blog posts that can be recovered from the trash, products can't. So just be very diligent about this. It is very important that you go and set up the actual shop, and to do that you can click here and keep going, and that will add for example your payment, so your methods, how you accept to get paid. So to accept credit cards and more, you can turn on Squarespace payments. I can't do this here on this particular plan, because Squarespace has plans dedicated for e-commerce, so it would have to update that. But as you can see here, you can accept this number of payment options, including Klarna and like Apple Pay, which is really, really cool. And then you can dictate if you're going to be accepting PayPal, or if you want to connect a Square to accept payments in person as well, in case you're a maker and you go to markets and you have your Square machine that accepts payments, that can be linked to your website as well. And then there's a number of elements here that need to be explored. So for example, your cart, and enable express checkout, light theme, all of that here will have been done by us here in as your web designer. But the things you need to mostly focus on is actually on your inventory, to be sure that all of your products are actually up to date and with the correct prices. So to do that, you really click in products and services, and here you can see your products. In my case, it will be only that little cover, the mobile. I said that I had 48 in stock and £30 per product. And then here I can view all of my orders. I don't have any orders yet, but you can view your orders here. You can set up manual discounts here, so you can click and add a discount, and it can be a percentage off, an amount off, or buy one get the other one for whatever amount, or free shipping as well. You need to go over all of these elements here. Everything's very self-explanatory, but to have access to that, remember that you need to go back to your menu, and it will be below the products and services. And your selling tools, it's again a number of options that Squarespace gives you to update product reviews, related products, wait lists, product statuses, and customer notifications. It's a very complex ecosystem whenever you add e-commerce to your website, so it's very important that you take a lot of time to go over each single one of those elements. But the most important part I wanted to show you today was essentially how to create a product. You can add a product via accessing the website this way. So remember, pages, store. Let's move the store to about here. So you can click here, and then you can add a product via this way. But you can also add a product, and again, you can follow all of those prompts, but you can also add a product by coming back to your website, going down to products and services, and clicking on products, and then you can add a product via this way, and it brings you back to that same screen as well. Okay, so I will finish this video for now, but you need to connect a payment processor and add a fulfillment method as well. I'm just going to briefly go over this here. We have talked about these options here before, and add a fulfillment method, and the fulfillment method can be at a pickup, local delivery, product specific profile. So say that a product's bigger than other, like you can say that like this delivery will be more expensive than that delivery, and set up discounts here as well. So whenever you go into add shipping options, you can have a flat rate or weight based. That's why it was important for us to define the weight and dimensions of the product at the beginning when we are setting the product up. And this here is quite new, so it's carrier calculated, so you can link carriers to Squarespace, and they will help you give a guidance of how much the delivery would cost. Okay, so I will see you for the next video, which will be all about ongoing maintenance and best practices, and that will be the last one of the last videos of the series. We have one more on SEO and connecting social media, and then we will be done.